Welcome back to science class. Today I am going to teach you the circulatory system of a rabbit. Here I have shown you the heart structure both in dorsal view and ventral view. So this is the dorsal view. Dorsal view means when you look at the heart of rabbit from back side, this is the view. That is the back side of heart. And this is the ventral view. When you look at the heart of rabbit from the front, this is the view. In your textbook, for rabbit, only dorsal view structure is given for you. And previously I taught you the human heart, right? For that, for the human heart, only ventral view is given in your textbook. So you should not get confused with human heart and rabbit heart. More or less both are same. Only the structure is different, that is dorsal view and ventral view is given in your textbook. Okay, so remember children, for rabbit dorsal view is given in your textbook and for human heart ventral view is given in your textbook. So here in dorsal view, right, this area will be right side and this area will be left side. For human heart, this area you labeled as left side. This area only you noticed as right side. So you students should not confuse with the human heart and rabbit heart. That's why I have given you the comparative study regarding this human heart as well as the rabbit heart. Okay, now let me start to explain the circulatory system of rabbit. The circulatory system is formed of blood vessels and heart. The heart is, see, this is the heart. Okay, the heart is pear shaped. Where it is present? In the thoracic cavity. I told you, know, the upper part is thoracic cavity and lower part is the abdominal region. Okay, this is the abdominal region where stomach and urinogenital organs are all present here in the lower region, that is abdominal region. The upper region is the thoracic region. So where is heart present? In the thoracic region. Already we discussed lungs are there. A pair of lungs is there in the thoracic region. In between that, what is present? A pear shaped heart is present. And it is, this heart is enclosed by pericardium. Pericardium protects the heart from any shock. A double layered membrane is protecting the heart. It is made up of pericardial fluid. And the double layer is called as pericardium. In between the pericardium, what is present? Pericardial fluid is present. This is about the heart. Let's see the internal structure of heart. This is not the internal structure, but to make it simple for you, I have given you a simple structure. Okay, just to make you understand. This heart is made up of 4 chambers. How many chambers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chambers are there. Just imagine door. Okay, 1, 2, 2, we say it as doors only, no? Okay, right. So just imagine heart like a door. Just imagine, right? So 4 chambers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 auricles. Upper 2 parts are auricles. Lower 2 parts are ventricles. Right auricle, left auricle. Oh my God, sorry. This is left auricle and this is right auricle. This is left ventricle and this is right ventricle. So upper 2 parts are auricle, lower 2 parts are ventricles. And these are separated by interauricular septum. So upper 2 auricles are separated by this separation, interauricular septum. And then see the ventricles. The left and right ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. Remember children, auricles are separated by interauricular septum. Ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. Now, let's see here. Left auricle and left ventricle are separated by left auriculoventricular septum, aperture or septum. Left auriculoventricular aperture, this area. Left auriculoventricular aperture, and it is guarded or protected, okay, by the bicuspid valve. So left side, you remember, there is bicuspid valve, or else you can say it as mitral valve. Where is it present? In the left side. So left division is auriculoventricular aperture. It is guarded by bicuspid valve. If you take the right side, the right auricle and right ventricle are separated by right auriculoventricular aperture, and it is guarded by tricuspid valve. See, three valves are present, so it is called as tricuspid valve. Here only two valves are present, so bicuspid valve. So left side bicuspid, right side tri. Remember that, tricuspid valve. And then opening and closing of the blood vessels are happening here. The opening of the pulmonary artery and the aorta are guarded by semilunar valves. Remember, the pulmonary artery as well as the aorta are controlled with the help of valve. What valve? Semilunar valve. This is just the model for the internal structure of heart. Here you should remember the separations. What apertures separate what, that you remember, and what valves are present. That's all. Next, let me explain you very clearly this structure of heart. Remember children, O stands for oxygenated blood. D stands for deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood will be present in the left side. Deoxygenated blood will be present in the right side. Remember that. The right auricle receives the deoxygenated blood. So, right auricle is where the upper part only auricles I told you, right? Here is a right auricle. So, the right auricle receives the deoxygenated blood. That's why it's given in blue color. Deoxygenated blood with the help of two vena cavas. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. See this one, superior vena cava and then inferior vena cava or postcaval vein. Precaval vein and postcaval vein. Okay. Through this only impure blood or deoxygenated blood is entering into the right auricle, this area. And then from the right ventricle, where is the right ventricle? Here. So that impure blood will be coming to the right ventricle. So from the right ventricle arises the pulmonary trunk or pulmonary artery, which carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. So this one, this blue color part, this pulmonary artery, or in book it is given as pulmonary trunk. This carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Why? Lungs only supply the oxygen to the blood. Only then the blood turns into pure blood. So the pulmonary artery carries the impure blood to the lungs. Lungs will supply the oxygen, and that oxygenated blood will be getting back to the heart through the pulmonary vein. Can you see the pulmonary vein here? So from the lungs, the pulmonary vein brings the oxygenated blood back to the heart. Where? To the left auricle. Okay, now pure blood is coming to the left auricle. Which area? This one. This is left auricle. From and that from the left auricle, blood is pushed to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle arises systemic arch or aorta. You can see here. From here only aorta arises. This one. This is systemic arch given in your book as systemic arch, or this is what? Aorta. So this aorta only supplies the oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body. Yes, children, do you understand? So the aorta only takes the pure blood from heart to all the parts of the body. So pulmonary artery pushes the impure blood out of the heart, and then pulmonary vein brings the pure blood to the heart, and again pure blood is taken to all the parts of the body with the help of aorta. Same way already I have taught you for human circulatory system. Structure of heart I explained you for the human circulatory system. If you want, you can see to the video which I have given you for human circulatory system. Same process is going on for the rabbit also. Next, let's see the nervous system. So nervous system, rabbit has got three kinds of nervous system: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. Central nervous system is made of what? Brain and the spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 37 pairs of spinal nerves. The nerves which are arising from the cranial part, that is brain, or 12 pairs, they are coming under this peripheral nervous system. They are cranial nerves. And then there are 37 pairs of nerves which are arising from the spinal cord. They are called as spinal nerves. Remember, this is important, one word. So how many cranial nerves? 12. How many spinal nerves? 37. And then ANS. ANS is what? Autonomic nervous system. They are sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. That is already I have taught you this. This opposite reactions of the same organ happens with the help of sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. Flight and fight responses. Do you remember? Yes. Next, brain. Brain, where is it located? It is located in the cranial cavity. Okay, in the cranial cavity is what? Where it is present? Head part. And the brain is protected by meninges. Meninges is the covering of the brain. There are three membranes protecting the brain: outer dura mater, middle arachnoid membrane, and inner pia mater. So three membranes are protecting the brain. What are they? Dura mater, arachnoid membrane, and pia mater. Let's see the parts of brain: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. There are three parts of brain. Forebrain is prosencephalon, then mesencephalon, then rhombencephalon. Cephalon is same. Forebrain is prosencephalon, midbrain is mesencephalon, then hindbrain is rhombencephalon. So forebrain, a pair of olfactory lobes are present in the forebrain. You see here, this is the olfactory lobe. A pair of olfactory lobe is present in the forebrain. And then cerebral hemisphere, then diencephalon. Diencephalon is what? Corpus callosum. See this part. So already I told you, forebrain is made up of what? Olfactory lobe and then cerebral hemisphere. Okay, then coming to diencephalon. Diencephalon, corpus callosum. Corpus callosum is nothing but transverse band of nerve, here nerve tissue, which is connecting the left as well as right cerebral hemisphere. So left as well as right cerebral hemispheres are connected with the help of corpus callosum. Okay, and then midbrain, coming to the midbrain has got optic lobe. You can notice here, this is the area, optic lobes, this area only midbrain. And then hindbrain is what made up of cerebellum and uh, pons as well as medulla oblongata. All this comes under the hindbrain. Okay, so forebrain, olfactory lobes, then cerebral hemisphere, and then diencephalon. Then midbrain made up of optic lobes. Then hindbrain is made up of what? Cerebellum, pons varoli, and medulla oblongata. These are the three parts of brain. And next, let's see about the urinogenital system. So urinogenital system, it means urinary or excretory system, that is urino. Then genital means reproductive system. So urino means excretory system, genital means reproductive system. About both of this we are going to see, so it is named as urinogenital system. An excretory system, kidney is the main organ which is used up for the excretion. This kidney is made up of several nephrons. And what is the purpose of kidney? This kidney is separating nitrogenous wastages from the blood in a form of urea. It excretes the wastages in a form of urea. Now let's see the kidney. There is pair of kidney. Okay, pair of kidney is there. 1, 2. Okay, it is dark red in color. Bean shaped organ. Can you see, this is a bean shaped organ where it is located in the abdominal cavity. Next, ureters. From each kidney the ureters are arising, and that ureter are leading to the urinary bladder. The posterior opening of the ureter, see, this is the ureter, and the opening of the ureter is what? Urinary bladder. Okay, and the urine will be collected in the urinary bladder, and that is opening through the urethra. Okay, urethra is a thick walled muscular tube, that is urethra. This is the excretory system. See here, kidney, then ureter, then urinary bladder, and then finally urine comes out through the urethra. And next, let's see the reproductive system. So this rabbit undergoes sexual dimorphism. It means what? Male and female sexes are different. Male and female are different. They are separate. That's why it is said to be morphologically different. Now let's see the male reproductive system. What is the primary sex organ for male reproductive system? Testis. A pair of testes is present. See here, oval shaped part 1, 2. A pair of testes is present. It is ovoid in shape. And this testis is protected by the scrotal sac. So the testis is left inside the scrotal sac. And this is all present in the abdominal cavity. And next, seminiferous tubule. So see, this is testis, right? Very closer to the testis, you can see the tubules. Inside the testis, it is made up of seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are nothing but numerous fine network of tubules are present inside. And that leads to the epididymis. Can you see? This is epididymis. This is very closer to the testis. So this epididymis is a coiled tube which is arising from the testis, and that is leading to vas deferens. Can you see a tube, a long tube-like structure? That is vas deferens. Otherwise, you can say it as sperm duct. And through this vas deferens only, the sperms will be moving, and then that joins to the urethra. So this is urethra, already we saw. So this is urethra. Okay, this is urinary bladder. And see here, the sperm duct is joining to the urethra. The sperms are coming out through the urethra only, no? So it is joining with the urethra. Where is this urethra present? Just below the urinary. This is urinary bladder, right? Just below the urinary bladder, urethra is present. And that runs backward, passes to the penis. So it runs backward and passes out through the penis. And it has got, this male reproductive system has got supportive glands or accessory glands. What are they? Prostate gland, this one. This is prostate gland. Then this is Cowper's gland. And then this one, perineal gland. So this glands also produce few more secretions along with the sperm. The sperm only produced by the testes. Sperm is produced by the testes and it is coming out and temporarily stored up in the seminiferous tube. Sorry, it is produced by seminiferous tubule and temporarily stored up in the epididymis and coming out through the vas deferens, and it is moving towards the urethra. While it is moving towards the urethra, this glands, what are the glands? Prostate gland, Cowper's gland and perineal gland. These three glands will produce few more secretions that mix up along with the sperm and comes out through the urethra. That is why these three glands are said to be accessory glands. This is about the male reproductive system. And then let's see about the female reproductive system. So for male reproductive system, we saw testis is the reproductive organ, and here for female, ovary is the reproductive organ. So a pair of ovary is present. Can you see here? 1, 2. A pair of ovary is present. It is small, ovoid in shape. Where it is present? In the abdominal cavity. This is present for the female. It is present in the abdominal cavity behind the kidney. Okay, and next, oviduct. A pair from each side of the ovary opens into the body cavity. You can see here, this is the ovary. Okay, and from the ovary, a pair of oviduct. Can you see? Oviductal funnel it is given. Since it is funnel shaped, right? That's why it is given as oviductal funnel. It is given like that. So this is a funnel shape. There is a funnel shaped opening and that is leading to the fallopian tube. Okay, this is the fallopian tube. The anterior part, this is oviduct. Oviduct means a tube like structure is there, no? That is oviduct. The anterior part of the oviduct leads to the uterus. And what about fallopian tube? The anterior part of the oviduct is fallopian tube and that leads to the uterus. You can see the uterus here. Anterior part of the oviduct is what? Fallopian tube, and that leads to the uterus. So here what all we have seen? One, this part is ovary, a pair of ovaries there, and then from there oviduct, that leads to the oviduct, and then fallopian tube, and then uterus. This is uterus, this area only uterus. And next, a wider tube. Here this structure is very clear for you. A wider tube, uterus, both uteri, that is plural form of uterus is uteri. See, both the uteri join together and form a median tube. There is a median tube, right? And that is called as vagina. This is called as vagina. And then urinogenital canal or vestibule. What is that? Union of urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder where urine will be collected. The union of urinary bladder and vagina. Can you notice vagina and urinary bladder are united here in this area. The union of urinary bladder and vagina, there is a common tube. Can you see? There is a common tube that is running backward and opening to the exterior called vulva. Okay, this is vulva, this area. So, urinary bladder as well as vagina are opening to the common tube called vulva. The slit-like aperture is there. That's the final opening which we say it as vulva. And here also there are accessory glands. The pair of This one you see, Cowper's gland, a pair of Cowper's gland and perineal glands are present. Two kinds of glands are there. For male we saw three kinds of glands. For female, Cowper's gland, and this is Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland and perineal glands are there to produce few more secretions. That's all about the female reproductive system. Thank you.